Because you don't hear about the failures that the most successful people that you know have had doesn't mean that the failures didn't occur. Oh, believe me, they occurred. Today, I'm going to reveal some insights to you about why pursuit is more important than perfection. And I'm sending you this message mainly because I don't want you to get discouraged. The past few weeks, I've really been going deep into these messages that are really aiming to just keep your spirits up and prevent you from getting discouraged. So, this is a continuation of that. And let me just start by saying that, of course, I am Mark Johnson, the founder of Bounce Pep, bringing you ideas for a fit and flourishing future. I am also the youngest son of Bill Johnson. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you have not subscribed, I want you to go ahead and subscribe now. Just go ahead and do it. Not going to hurt you, can only help you. So, let's jump right into this. So, as you know, I'm big on the total package. If you've heard me speak about it before, you probably have some idea about, what it is. You may recall some portions of it, but let me just start off by saying this: being the total package is not about achieving perfection. Okay, and I know that we look around in the world, you may have certain people that you look up to. You view them as being very successful. A lot of people are obsessed with celebrities for some reason. I don't know why, but a lot of people are just really, really, I don't know, fascinated by celebrities. And what I want you to understand is that no matter how perfect someone's life and how perfect someone's achievements may seem, the fact of the matter is everyone has failures. Everyone has failures. Everyone has failed at some point in their life. Now, the truth of the matter is you don't hear about the failures. The successes are sexier. They're more uplifting. But the reality is, everyone has failures, even the most successful people that you know and see. They all have failures, whether they speak about them or not, whether you know about them or not. And so, my message to you today is that you have to understand that the pursuit is more important than perfection. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, let's talk about the total package. The total package has 5 elements, okay? First is health, relationships, wealth, knowledge, and purpose. Those are the 5, right? Health is first because you got to stay alive, okay? Purpose is on the other end because without purpose, you have no focus, okay? So, health and purpose form a frame around the other 3 elements, which are relationships, wealth, and knowledge, okay? So, total package really starts and ends with health and purpose. Everything else is between that. Now, with that said, I want you to understand you can be the total package right now if you apply yourself. You can be the total package right now, starting where you are, if you apply yourself. And what I mean by that is what I started this talk off saying to you. Pursuit is more important than perfection. Now, perfection is just another word for mastery. Of course, if you can perfect something, if you can master something, it's a great accomplishment. Okay. And you deserve a pat on the back. There is absolutely no downside to achieving mastery of something or perfecting something. It's wonderful, but understand that nobody is perfect. And most certainly, no one is perfect all the time. So, as I said before, everyone has failures. And what makes you the total package is not perfection, it is the pursuit of higher levels of health, better relationships, more wealth, deeper knowledge, a deeper sense of purpose. It's the pursuit of those five elements of the total package that makes you the total package, the pursuit of it. Okay. And the reason I say this is because I'm going to be honest with you. Most people aren't going to do it. I mean, take a look around you. Go outside, go to the shopping mall, go to your place of work, and just take a look around. Most people are not going to, they're not going to do what other people won't do. And they're certainly not going to do it in those five areas of their life. I mean, not in a dedicated way. Most people are just not going to make that kind of effort in their life. Okay. They may work on one thing, like maybe they're just a health and fitness nut, and and that's their thing, but they may not be so much into building wealth or maintaining great relationships, and the other elements. Another person might be really, really into purpose, but maybe they're lacking in some of the other elements. Of course, they're just not really pursuing, the like growth in those other areas. So what makes you the total package is the pursuit, okay, of improvements in those five areas. And I want you to understand again that because you don't hear about the failures that the most successful people that you know have had doesn't mean that the failures didn't occur. Oh, believe me, they occurred. Okay? Believe me, they occurred. And a lot of times, what can lead you to that elusive thing that we call perfection is actually resilience. What is resilience? Well, resilience is actually bounce. We actually have a definition for bounce, and one of the meanings of bounce at bounce pep is actually resilience. It's your ability to pick yourself up off the floor after you've been knocked down. Get up and try again. Keep going. Keep fighting. Keep making the effort. Okay. So whatever kind of success that you're chasing, I want you to understand that failure is actually a part of that process. You will have some failures. Like it's pretty much inevitable. So don't beat yourself up too much over the fact that you may be failing at some things. And I want you to just remember that the pursuit is what makes you the total package. But you can't be the total package unless you're pursuing all five elements of the total package. Okay? All five elements. Okay? I want you to be a complete soul. Live a full life. Okay? Live a full life. So, in order to live a full life, you need to be pursuing higher levels of health, relationships, wealth, knowledge, and purpose. That builds a full life. Okay. And whether or not you achieve perfection in some area, uh, the very fact that you are dedicating yourself to your personal development and you're making sustained efforts and you're learning, you know, that right there says like a million things about you right there. Just the fact that you're willing to do it, because most people are not willing to apply themselves that way. I'm telling you, most people are not willing to apply themselves that way. Okay. And I've spoken to you guys a lot on this channel and given you a lot of different concepts and frameworks for relationships. And I don't talk so much about wealth that much, but I include it in the total package as one of the elements because building wealth is actually important. Let me tell you something. I didn't have to pay for college. My parents paid for my college. You know why? Because they didn't want me to have to start from zero. So they were reading from the right playbook. If you're reading from the right playbook and you're making the right plays and you do things the right way, then your children should not have to start from zero. Okay, so my parents paid for my college. When I graduated from college, I had no debt. I got married in my 20s, and I started buying real estate, apartments and stuff in my 20s, and I like was it running a business in my 20s. But a lot of that was because when I graduated from college, I didn't have any debt holding me. So I was able to, I just had the financial kind of, I didn't have the financial chains holding me down that prevented me from, getting married and buying real estate and, going into business and all, but my parents laid that whole foundation, right? Because they were building wealth the whole time. Okay, and I want you to think about doing this, especially if you're young. If you're somebody in your 20s and 30s, I want you to be thinking about this, and how that can apply to you in your life, and how you can build a future for your children so that they don't have to start from zero. I've talked to you before as well about relationships. I gave you a whole talk about the squatter or the spotters 4C framework for networking, and it's a whole concept about networking based on what a spotter would do in the gym. Okay, so there are a lot of things that you can learn and apply, and you can learn these things in various areas of life. And let me just say one last thing about knowledge in particular. Knowledge must be applied. Okay, I've said this many times to you guys. Okay, knowledge must be applied. True learning does not come from simply reading or simply listening. That's not true learning. True learning comes from the application of what you have read, the application of what you have heard, okay? The putting it into actual practice, seeing if it works for you. That's where true learning comes from, okay? And sometimes you may fail. You may try to apply something that you learn and it doesn't go well. But guess what? You learn from the failure and you keep going, right? You have that bounce, you have that resilience, you keep going. It's the pursuit, not the perfection. It's the pursuit that makes you the total package. So that's my message for you today. I'm going to leave it there. I hope that this inspires you to just keep getting better, keep working on yourself. You're doing the right things. All right. Talk to you next time.